What's poppin', everybody? This is the Cartoon Kid, Ray Rawlins, and we're winding down what we call here Infinity Week, where we finish off the season 2 of Infinity Train. And today, we review the second to last episode of season 2, episode 9, called The Tape Car. Now, per usual, we're going to have Mr. Alex Payne here give us the episode breakdown before we start breaking it down. So, Alex, what happens in this episode?
Well, this episode starts off with MT and Alan Dracula waiting for the pod to come with the passenger and to follow it back to the origins and where like they add the number so MT could get hers. And eventually one comes, she hijacks it, and they eventually lead to the car where the tapes are made. And I mean, basically the best way to describe it is, it just goes into how the tapes are made and everything, and her exploring that area. And then it gets down to where the number is given. And when she tries to put her hand over the other person's hand to try to get the number just goes right through her hand, and she has herself a little episode, if you will. And the episode and the episode ends with I guess you could say two reappear the word is escaping me right now. Anyway, two reappearances, and that's the steward and one. I mean, I guess you could say he was in the video packages, but I don't see that as a real appearance. But
Right.
yeah, so that's the episode. My first thought, I like the feel of this episode because it has that very airy,
Right.
almost creepy, and feel to it. Like, I guess like a haunting, look at all this weird shit happening feel to it. And
And
it's,
just
and
the,
it's
the
world building too.
right, and just the look of the, episode 2 is just the area in which they were in. It was all foggy looking, and it was different than any other Infinity Train episode. Um, I gotta say, man, Tulip is a straight up gangster, or Metal Tulip rather is a straight up gangster. Okay, she straight up went in there and just Grand Theft Auto that shit. Okay, and it goes back to what we said in the last episode. Like, I think, and like I said, I'm no pundit of cartoons or anime. I'm just a guy on here just talking some shit about some things that I enjoy, and this happens to be one of the series. And I gotta say, maybe it's just a hype of the series, but Tulip, or Metal Tulip rather, is one of the most dopest female protagonists I ever seen in motherfucking all the cartoons and anime that I watch. That's just my honest opinion. But simply because she just motherfucking takes what she wants. She said, nah, like I said last time during our review several times, I'm getting off this train one way or another. Okay. So she freaking hopped on that pod, right? And then I see Alan Dracula right behind her. And she basically motherfucking throws homeboy. She actually no, she yanks his ass up first. And then
And then Alan
Dracula
Dracula comes with this giant ass spider with his face, and then roaring in his face, scared the fuck out of that guy.
the Tulip just jumped in homeboy's pod, man. That's why I said Tulip is a straight up gangster. Now, we already went into moments, I guess you could say, with that right there. So, Alex, I'm gonna let you continue on. I'm tossing it over to you. What are some of your standout moments of this episode?
I mean, obviously, Spider Dracula, that was hilarious.
Yeah,
I like the I like the nice little, I guess you could say, moment them two had at the start of the episode. And like when she's talking to him and saying how he probably won't be going with her, and how
yeah.
he's her friend, not her pet and shit. So I thought that was a nice little moment.
And,
Um,
and, and you know what that basically says right there? What she said, she's all about freedom. And she said that since episode 1 of this season. She's like, no, nobody owns anybody. He's his own deer. That's what she said to
mhm.
Jesse. So when she freaking yanks the sunglasses off of him, and she's like, he's his own deer. Nobody owns him. So she's all about freedom, in which, I like to see that they kept that up in this episode. Because me, I probably would have said that in episode 1, but during this episode, I say, hey, you coming with me, cuz you got superpowers. I'm trying to figure out how to make them bitches work in the real world. I'm gonna have you fucking some shit up. That's just me. But she stuck to her laurels, and actually, well, the writers kept her to her, morals. So, which is good.
Mhm.
Big salute to them for that. But continue.
I like the I like as weird as it sounds. I like how the friggin' I like the moment when she realizes that those machines, like the ones who was sucking up the tapes and everything, genuinely just didn't give a fuck about her.
Yeah,
They're
it's
just
easy.
aimlessly wandering. Well, not aimlessly. They do it. They got a job and they doing it. And I kind of like the. I feel like those machines were kind of cool, if you ask me. I don't know why.
No, yeah, that's fucking high tech shit, man. Like that's robots of the
Yeah.
future, yo. It's like, no,
And
you're not compatible with us. You're not working with our system, so we're skipping over you, cuz. And you gotta mention the freaking episode she has, man. And she's just, and see, I kind of thought, like I said, we mentioned the whole thing about free male protagonists. And she basically just throws a temper tantrum and just freaking starts smashing shit. I don't know why. The first thing that popped in my head, like this was just legit automatic freaking thought. And it's nothing against her, it's just a funny joke, nothing against women or nothing like that. I'm like, damn, she must got a period. She
I
motherfucker
knew
breaking
you
shit.
said that.
No, I mean, no, but that's kind of fucked up, and I will admit that. But you know what? It's a funny little joke. I mean, no offense by it. And like I said, I freaking praised her throughout this whole entire freaking season review that we've been doing this week. So Tulip is a straight up boss, and honestly, that's no period. That's just a stupid thought that came into my head. I just wanted to mention it because if the one person watching us gets a laugh out of that, I'm happy. But if I was her, I would have been frustrated too. Because the only thing I want to do is get off this damn train. So best believe I'm finna be fucking some shit up. I gotta say though too, you gotta like how one just came in there. He's like, "Hey, stop breaking shit, cuh. All right." And then the evil one came in. Unless you want me to write your obituary. I'm like, damn, what ain't playing in this motherfucker? What is not playing? So gotta say big salute to him. One came in there and started taking charge because he said, "Hey, calm all that down."
Yeah, I like how they revealed him too, like because it came with the stewardess and the stewardess heads popped out of the shadows, and you're thinking, oh well, he's gonna start shooting them with the lasers or shit, and then the head just popped open and he's in there.
Right.
So, so I like how they did that
Yeah, that was
reveal.
pretty dope. But I
Um,
guess if you ain't got no more moments, we can hop into final reviews.
no, I think we covered all the moments to
All right, I'll
mention.
let you lead off then with the review.
Like I said, I like the eerie feel of this episode because I watched. This is the second time I'm watching this episode. And the first time I was kind of like, I was like I didn't know how I felt about it the first time I watched it, but the second time now, like I really felt that eeriness and of it and enjoyed the world building of it. Because the first season leaves a lot of questions, and I would even say this season still leaves a lot of questions on how the train works, how do they pick passengers, how does everything happen. So I like that they show the origin of like where the tapes come from, how the passengers get their numbers and shit. So
Hmm.
this is a really good world building episode, and I really enjoy that. And obviously, I enjoy I guess um character building and stuff, and it had some funny moments in there too. So I think I'm gonna give this episode. I think I'm gonna give it a 7.5 out of 10. Really
Okay.
enjoyable episode.
Okay. Now, see, normally I'd agree with you, and I don't necessarily disagree, because, like you said, you had the benefit of watching it twice. And if you were telling me you're gonna finish off the series, I would have watched it with you. But I will say this: for my first time watching through, it's definitely not as impactful as episode. What was it, 8? The last one we watched. So obviously, I'm not hitting it with the 8.5 like I did the last episode. But I
Hmm.
will say it's more progress in the story, obviously. But it just wasn't that impactful, man. Like I said, I do like the whole eeriness of the episode. I gotta say this had to be the most wettest episode of the Infinity Train series. You just freaking see Tillip just walking in water. You hear all the nice wet splashy sounds. I had freaking headphones
and,
on, man. So I was
and then
listening to
she's
this shit. I'm like,
sliding
oh
through the tubes.
yeah. And I'm like, damn, where the hell is she at? Like, what the hell is she doing? And then you see these people floating by in this little river of water, whatever you want to call it. I'm like, yo, wait a minute, are those dead people? Like, what the fuck? Because see, I'm not gonna stunt. I'm not gonna stunt at all. Was kind of aware of her plan. I just didn't know like how she was gonna do it per se. So I'm not gonna sit here and be like,
Mhm.
oh, wait a minute, okay, so this what she doing? All right. But obviously, when she got to the number machine, I'm like, oh, because like you said, we don't know how passengers are chosen for this train. I didn't know it was like a whole process where they get knocked the fuck out. And they had to slide. They had to. I don't know where the fuck they come from. Like you said, a pod somewhere, and they go through this river where they have a machine choose their number. So I was completely oblivious to that shit. I'm like, oh, okay, so this is what's going on. Because like I said, I looked in
It's
that
funny
river.
when I saw that, the first thing I thought of was fallopian tubes. I don't know why.
Listen, because I'm not even gonna make that joke. It's gonna sound so bad. But anyway, um, it's not the best episode in the world. I'm not gonna just give it a high score just based out of blind hype of the series. Although it was progression, which at this point
Mhm.
is what you need. You had your extremely hype episode, on episode 8, and obviously see episode 10 is gonna be the big bang of the season. So this is more calm, like you said. It's more eerie. It has a different look than any other Infinity Train episode, in my personal humble opinion. And
Yeah, it's
it
build
progressed
up.
with Tulip's character. Yeah, build up. There you go. And I just like Tulip's tandem at the end, man, because like I said, it's the whole realness of the characters that I really like. Like I can see a person, getting 100% upset if they don't like get what they want. Like for example, Tulip, her reaction to not getting her way with the whole number system and getting off the train, because this is her life that they're fucking with. So she wants her number. So she wants to get off that train. And obviously she went through all this shit. She lost Jesse, and she had a freaking fight Mace, the crazy ass flex. So it's understandable why she got upset and started smashing shit. Like I said, I made the period joke, but she's not on her period. She's just extremely frustrated, which is 100% understandable, and that adds to the realness of the realness feeling that I was talking about. Like I want to say it was 2 days ago for the episode 7 review. So I totally understand how upset she got, and that made me understand, or made me think like, oh, yo, I can see a real person acting like this, which is pretty cool. That touch of realness adds a lot towards the enjoyment factor, the believability factor of this series. Obviously, we all know it's a cartoon; it's not real, but just the thought is like, oh man, okay, that's some real motherfucking thought put into this shit. So overall, I'm gonna put it very simply. This is a build up episode. Nothing too spectacular. Obviously, with this being a serialized series, with having each episode progress, forward to the main story, the main plot, you're gonna have some down episodes, and this kind of was it. It was just simply meant for progression. You can see a little bit more character development for Tulip, and see how she's kind of handling losing Jesse, sending him off the train and whatnot. So see how she copes with that. Overall, it's not one of the big hype ass episodes like episode 8, or even episode 6 rather. So what I'm gonna do is hit it with a nice 7 out of 10. Okay, it's all right. It's good. Don't get it twisted. And Infinity Train, this shit's hype. I'm still freaking right off the hype of episode 8. So yeah,
Mhm.
I'm definitely still in with this shit for sure. Because I know episode 10 we're gonna get the big payoff. But that has been our review for Infinity Train Season 2, Episode 9, The Tape Car. I'm the cartoon kid, Ray Rawlins, and I give this episode a 7 out of 10. And he's Alex Payne, and he gives this episode a 7.5 out of 10. This is the Cartoon Kid channel where we talk cartoons and we do it daily, baby. Tomorrow we're knocking out the final episode of Infinity Train, Episode 10, The Number Car. And as always, man, if you guys have opinions on this episode that you want to share, man, toss them down in the comments box below. Tell us if you liked it. Tell us if you hate it. And tell us if you have any other series or shows that are currently ongoing, or even classic shit, man, that you want us to review. Toss it all down there in the comments box below, man. That's what it's for. And with all that being said, we will see you when we see you. Peace out, everybody.